Yeah.
Today in Algebra 1 we learned about ratios, rates, and proportions. We started with several definitions. The first was a ratio, which is a comparison of two quantities by division. Such as A is to B or A to B. The next definition was proportion. A proportion is a statement with two or more ratios. And those ratios do have to be equivalent, meaning that they are equal. Such as 1 over 12 is a ratio. If I set it equal to 2 over 24, since those two things are equal, that makes it a proportion. The next word is rate. A rate is two quantities with different units. Such as 32 miles per 2 gallons. Notice that the bottom has a quantity and so does the top. The last word is the unit rate. And a unit rate is a rate with bottom quantity 1. Bottom quantity equal to 1. Such as 16 miles per gallon. Notice I don't put the 1 there, and that's because it's understood to be 1 for a unit rate. We have some examples to look at. The first is dealing with ratio. The ratio of faculty to students in BISD is 1 to 15. If BHS has 1,675 students, how many faculty do we have? To do this, we need to figure out what two groups of people we're talking about. One group is the faculty. One group is the students.
What does that mean?
The faculty would be represented by 1. The students would be represented by 15. That's a ratio. If we set that equal, the students would be 1,675. And we would want to figure out the faculty, so we would replace that with x. If we cross multiply, we have 15 times x, which is 15x, equals 1675 times 1, which is 1675. We divide both sides by 15, and we will figure out that there are approximately 112 faculty at BHS. Now, if you're wondering about the accuracy of that, our numbers have gone up a little bit in the last couple years, so that's a couple years old information. Also, we round because we don't have half faculty. And it is important to follow the steps that I have shown you right here, because eventually this will get much more complicated, and I want you to be able to do it when that happens, even though it might be easier for you right now to just cross multiply and divide. The next example is dealing with unit rate. Takaru ate 53.5 hot dogs in 12 minutes. How many, or find the unit rate, which is basically how many can he eat in 1 minute. This really is true. This person named Takaru holds the world record for eating the hot dogs fastest. So if we talk about the two things we're talking about, that would be hot dog versus minutes. He ate 53.5 hot dogs in 12 minutes. That's a ratio. We set it equal to something else. That makes it a proportion. And we're finding the unit rate, so the bottom quantity has to be equal to 1. We want to find how many he ate in 1 minute. So we're going to cross multiply and divide again. We have 12x equals 53.5. We divide both sides by 12. X equals approximately 4.45 hot dogs per minute. That would be our final answer. The next thing we want to talk about is conversion. This topic is used a lot in science. You've probably done it before, and you will do it much more in biology and chemistry. A small seahorse swims 52.68 feet per hour. What is the speed in inches per minute? Okay, we're going to start out with what we have, which is that it's 52.68 feet per 1 hour. Okay, let's start by switching the feet to inches. We know that feet is on top here, so to switch it out, we want feet to be on the bottom right here. And we want to go to inches. Feet are bigger than inches, so 1 foot has 12 inches. Those two are equal. Feet and feet will now cancel. And the top part's in inches, which is good because we want inches per minute. So far we have inches per hour. To get rid of hours, we're going to multiply by hours. So hours and hours will cross over minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes, so the hours cancel. 52.68 times 12 times 1 gives me 632.16 inches over 1 times 1 times 60, which is 60 minutes. If we're talking about inches per minute, and we actually divide 632.16 by 60, we're going to get 10.5 inches per minute as our final answer. For part D, we have just a few more problems of proportions to look at. Number 1, 5 over 9 equals 3 over W. And number 2, negative 5 over 2 equals Y over 8. To solve these, we're just going to cross multiply and divide. 5 times W is 5W. 9 times 3 is 27. To get W by itself, I want to divide both sides by 5. And 27 divided by 5 is 5.4. That's our final answer there. On number 2, 8 times negative 5 is negative 40. 2 times y is 2y. To get y by itself, it's being multiplied by 2. The opposite would be to divide by 2. And that's negative 20 equals y. The assignment is A3, page 117, 2 through 18 even. And you can skip number 8. If you have any questions, please see me in tutorials.